Hi, my name is Klifton Fehr, and this is Fair is Fair. Today we talk about mental health disorders. Mental health disorders usually show up in the forms of the inability or ability to regulate emotionality, the challenges with social interactions throughout the course of your life, as well as the emotional disturbances that show up.
Kevin, your dog just died.
1 in every 8 people throughout the world actually deal with some form of mental health issue. Amazingly enough, in 2019, most of us were really doing a fairly good job across the world actually managing our emotionality as well as our mental health challenges. Now, since the pandemic, 26 to 29 more people respectively are dealing with mental health challenges, including but not limited to anxiety and depression being at the top of those lists. Unfortunately, as communities around the world continue to struggle with providing the initial support to those suffering from mental health challenges, prior to the pandemic, we have an even more taxed system that's being afforded to those community-based agencies as well as mental health care providers throughout the world. With anxiety and depression being the top 2 that we normally see on a day-to-day basis, with anxiety being definitely a number 1 leading cause in mental health or diagnosis in mental health, we find ourselves really struggling to wrap our heads around some of the difficulties or challenges that even come up for us on an individual level as well as a community level. One might often ask, how can I understand and or know that I have anxiety? Some of the signs and symptomatology that you may be struggling with anxiety would look like a churning feeling in your stomach, or maybe feeling like you're on pins and needles. Maybe you're having trouble sleeping. Some of the other signs or symptoms may look like you having trouble sitting still for one moment, or you feeling lightheaded or suffering from some type of headache or a panic attack or backaches or any type of other pains that are happening on a physical level.
Ow.
Fast breathing, your heart racing, sweating, sleep problems, nausea, grinding your teeth, needing to use the toilet more, or possibly having difficulty breathing. So the National Institute of Health reports that the connection between the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex are directly impacted by anxiety. The amygdala is responsible for helping us understand when there's a real or present threat, and the prefrontal cortex helping us navigate those impulses that are coming up from the amygdala in order to understand how we make our best decision after feeling or sensing a threat. So if your anxiety levels are at a heightened state, then you yourself can be more hypersensitive to a real or more imagined threat. You might often wonder, how many other people are really struggling with anxiety? There are people from actors, movie stars, professional athletes, your mom, maybe your neighbor, that all struggle with anxiety. The most important part about this is that you too can get help as long as you're able to see that you need it. I'm Klifton Fehr, and this was Fair is Fair. Like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We usually find ourselves thinking about all the mistakes that we may have made while we've been in active use and not focusing on our significant other that's been right by our side the whole time.